I was supposed not to be a part of the show, but the way the match went about, I was in the aircraft following the game, and it was egging and flowing this way and that way. And in the end, the team chasing has once again won.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Straight Bat with Gulf News and Mr. Cricket UAE. That is Anis Sarjan. We have yet another spellbinding match today. The clash of the newbies, Lucknow Super Giants and Gujarat Titans. Little did we expect that it will go down to the wire. We have with me and Anis, we have Sahil Sarjan and Gulf News Senior Associate Editor Gautam Bhattacharya. Anis, what's your thoughts on today's match? It's the third edge of the seat match in a row.
Thank you, Sham. Hello, Mr. Gautam. Hi, Sahil.
Hello.
You know what? I was supposed not to be a part of the show, but the way the match went about, I was in the aircraft following the game, and it was egging and flowing this way and that way. And in the end, the team chasing has once again won. So four times in a row out of the first match, which was more of a dampener, but all three matches in the last have gone to the wire. And you have heartbreaks, people supporting one team and the other. The team which wins feels good, the team which loses feels sad.
That is normal, is it? But today, what a start itself. The start itself was completely total out of the ordinary. And said like Shami's triple strike actually completely opened up the match. Gautam, your thoughts on Shami's brilliant spell today?
Yes, Sham. I mean, it's one of the finest and hostile spell of seam bowling that I've seen in IPL. I mean, something Shami has done it quite a few times in the past, but today, with a little bit of purchase that he got from the wicket, I mean, three dismissals came in different fashion. If you look at it, the first which he managed to get the shape away, the other one to the left hand of the way he brought back, with which he got Dickok, and then the third one with Manish Pandey. So with these three experienced customers gone, it was very difficult for Lucknow from there onwards.
Sahil, let's see, KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock, they are said to be one of the most feared opening partnership. It didn't happen today, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, clearly it didn't work out today. I mean, but eventually they should not be worried. They're going to keep fighting. I mean, if you realize so far in the tournament, we've seen big players go for duck. Shubman scored a duck today. Ruturaj scored a duck. KL scored a 0. So, Rishabh Pant scored a duck. Many good players have scored a duck so far. So I don't think it's something to be worried about. So I think the openers will fire eventually.
29 for 4. That is when Deepak Hooda and Ayush Baroni came together. Anis, why did Hardik Pandya miss a trick there? Because he kept back Rashid Khan quite late. In fact, Rashid Khan came as late as the 10th over. Did he miss a trick there?
I'm glad you asked for this question. I've always felt, why do captains don't go for the kill? When you have an opposition on the mat and you've had Shami bowling 3 overs, why can't you give him the 4th over? And like you mentioned, Rashid Khan is your ace bowler. You bring him in the 10th over, that means you're getting the opposition to get their eye in and to get that to that score. And if they would have lost this game, I would, even if still they have won, I still feel that it was poor captainship. You got to just go for the attack and get the opposition all out.
Yeah, lack of intent there, lack of aggression there, isn't it? And come to think of, who is this Baloni, Gautam? We haven't heard of him for a long time. In fact, I haven't heard at all.
To be very honest with you, I mean, the only thing that he has come out of school cricket. That's all that I know. I mean, I haven't heard of him in under 19. I mean, now is the time he will send us scurrying to find out more about him. I mean, he was really, really impressive. The way, I mean, not only he got some big hits in, but the way he was opening the face of the bat, running it down to third man, for a boundary, a particular shot that I remember, exceptional. I mean, this is the good thing or the plus point about IPL at the end of the day.
Yes, it's sir, like you said, it's and everybody's scurrying looking for who is this Ayush Baroni. And I also went scurrying, looking up Google to see who this man is. And he has played for India under 19, and he played against India, against the Sri Lanka, and scored some good runs. and then he just went into hiding. We know, but nothing was heard of it before now. This is supposed to be an inspired pick by Gambhir. He seemed to have picked him up from obscurity and brought him in. And not just brought him in into the Lucknow Super Giants, also he put him in the playing 11. So there you have, in the first match, he plays what you call a superb role in resurrecting his side. So great, good for him. And Sahil, I'm coming back with you on another thing. Lockie Ferguson. Lockie Ferguson clocked the fastest ball in IPL. I know the IPL is only 4 matches old, but 150, 150 plus, and I'm sure we haven't seen Nokia either. So we might, what are we looking at?
Oh, we know how quick this guy is, Lockie Ferguson. I mean, yeah, you're just saying it's the 4th game, but it's not easy to reach 150, no matter which fast bowler it is. But obviously, the moment Andre Nokia is back for Delhi, there is competition of who the quickest might be. Maybe Bumrah might also reach there. You never know. But it's just been 4 games in. If maybe someone can beat that.
Me too. I'm also looking forward to Nokia's return. Okay, and he's been coming back to Gujarat Titans innings. Good fight back from LS from the Lucknow Super Giants, because they had 2 wickets early. The Dushmanda Chamira's double strike actually made early inroads before Hardik Pandya and Matthew Wade did the repair job. I know you've been a huge fan of Dushmanda Chamira. Am I right?
Yes, because he's played for my team. I had seen that fire and aggression in him. It's just that, he needs to be guided well. These are youngsters coming from Sri Lanka who do not get as much opportunities as the Indian players get. So when you got pace and when you got swing and movement, and if you can, use that to perfection, that's what Chamira is. And if he is injury free, he's a very good bowler, for an asset for Sri Lanka, and now for obviously Lucknow. But unfortunately, they couldn't finish the game. Again, I would say they just bowled him 2 overs. Why don't you go for the kill? You are defending 160 and Wankhede is easily chaseable.
True, especially when he's on a song. I mean, it just baffles that why at least one more over. Now, here we have Hardik Pandya in a very unfamiliar role. We have seen Hardik Pandya in the role as a finisher for Mumbai. Here he comes in at number 4, just pushes the ball around for singles. How different was his role today, and how did he fare?
I think he did pretty well at number 4. I mean, that 47 or 50 odd innings with Matthew Wade. I mean, Wade had been, had a few hits and misses, but Hardik tried to fit into his captaincy role as best as he could today. I mean, yes, there was a point about not bringing Rashid early on. I remember. I mean, though I feel that even at the halfway mark, the Lucknow Super Giants were, still not in the game. I mean, that came much later. Gradually, scoring also became easier. With Tewatia and Miller to fall back on, lowered down the order, I would like to see Hardik at number 4, because I think for Mumbai also, he had come in at 4 or 5 a number of times, So
yeah, on occasions he even come at number 3, because especially when they need to get the scoring rate up. Yes, played even at number 3. But 4 as a regular number 4 batsman, I think this is a completely different role for him. Yeah. Now, coming back to Sahil, we can't get enough of Tewatia, and Tewatia can't get enough of us, isn't it? That man, Mr. Superman. What do you say?
This guy, like, now I remember the commentator saying he's done a Tewatia. Like, now that same term has come. Like, this
It
guy,
is an expression.
to be honest, yes, he's done this, but he's one of the most hardworking cricketers I've seen so far. He gives his all on the pitch. He does with the ball. He's super active on the field. And today, again, his batting was class. He was batting without any tension. He played with heroics. And that guy, also, I want to give credit to this new guy, Abhinav Manohar, who came in the end. He played without pressure, scored good 15 runs with 7 balls and made them win. But if you're talking about Tewatia, this guy is a really good player, and he's got guts. He's a gutsy player.
I would say he's a magical player. He makes
Sahil.
things happen. He makes things happen, actually. So Coming back to Anis, the Dew was a huge factor in the later part of the game. I saw Ravi Bishnoi struggling to grip, so was Avesh Khan, and even Huda struggled a bit because Huda's 16th over, which went for 22 runs, followed by another 18 runs in the next over from Bishnoi, actually changed the match for the Gujarat Titans. So, how much did you see of normally you don't see Bishnoi go for runs like this? Do you think Dew was the factor here?
Yes, I will to some extent say dew is always a factor in Wankhede. You know why? Because it is near the sea. And if there is no breeze, you got to get dew. So this is where captains have to be street smart. I'm not saying because Tewatia went after Bishnoi in that over and we changed the game. Such things happen. It can happen to any bowler. But the fact remains is that, by the time the dew comes, you need to make sure that you finish your bowlers. Every time it's not possible. But 10 out of 9 times in Mumbai, you will get dew. So you got to use your good bowlers and finish them off before the dew hits. And if you are a leggy, it's not easy to bowl, especially because you are trying to bowl through your wrist or you're using your fingers. So that's the reason Tewatia went after him. And being a left-hander, he could attack him. And I just want to add one point about Tewatia. With due respect to, whatever we talk about dew or everything, as you mentioned, like Sahil mentioned, this boy has got guts. What is important, he's got the temperament. And when you have a temperament, it is always better than talent. He's not that star bullock player, like you said, he's done at Tewatia. He does it because he's got the temperament. And I've always believed Sunil Gavaskar says temperament is what separates the men from the boys. He can bowl, he can bat, and he can field.
Yes, he's got ice in his veins because no pressure, absolutely no pressure, and he plays his strokes with abandon. Now, that is the third white knuckle ride in a row, and we have another of the last of the two teams in action tomorrow. That is the Sunrisers Hyderabad meeting the Royal Rajasthan Royals tomorrow. Gautam, what do you expect tomorrow? Another close finish tomorrow?
Sham, this is one wicket where we are yet to see a game. So we need to find out how it is. But definitely it's going to be interesting because Rajasthan on paper, they have come up with a rather compact side this time. I mean, if there is a bit of, if it's seeming a bit, you've got Trent Bolt. I think he has joined the squad already. So
yes,
you've got so in Trent Bolt and Prasidh Krishna, you've got quite a handful. It will be interesting to see how Sunrisers Hyderabad cope with a bit of a ragtag combination. Ken Williamson, who's going to be their anchorman, he had been out with the elbow injury for long. In fact, I was wondering if he could finally make it to the IPL. I mean, which he has. So I'm not too sure it's going to be a close finish. It all depends on what kind of a wicket there's going to be on offer. We would love one. That I can certainly say.
I like your description of Hyderabad being a ragtag outfit simply because I thought they lack balance. Not just that, Rajasthan is the one who normally used the lack balance. This time they had made some decent buys, and I think they have a better balance this time compared to the last few years. So your pick, Sahil, for tomorrow's who would win tomorrow?
To be honest, like both teams look decent on paper. I mean, but I will have to go with Rajasthan Royals because I had said it earlier that Rajasthan are a better team. So
who is the better player in Rajasthan? Sahil, I don't remember one name. Can you just brush up my memory?
In Rajasthan?
Yeah.
Trent Bolt, Joss Butler, Prasidh Krishna, even they got Navdeep Saini, and Shimron Etmayer I think he should be fit to play.
Yes. And then you have Samson too.
And you see, you've got Sham, you've got your favorite Devdutt who has moved over there. So Devdutt,
yes, oh my God,
yes,
Devdutt,
yeah.
He's the main man. He's going to be the anchor.
So he's also for RR. Devdutt is for RR.
Yes.
So who's for Sunrisers? Who's for Sunrisers? Tell me some names apart from Ken Williamson.
Nicholas Puran, Nicholas Puran, they have paid tons of money. So
yes.
So let's see. I mean, it's
actually RR looks good on paper.
Yes, looks a stronger side on paper. Just a quick one. I was with Nes Wadia yesterday and I asked him about Nicholas Puran. He says, don't take his name.
Oh my God. Okay. So I think that's it for tomorrow. And tomorrow sunrises meet Rajasthan Royals. And thank you guys for joining us. It's been a good match today. And we hope that tomorrow also turns out to be another blockbuster. Thank you so much. And for the latest updates and breaking news, please log on to gulfnews.com and all our social media channels. Good night.